Welcome back to another video. This time I got the correct solar controller and I got the last of the connectors that connect to the batteries. So I'm going to start working on that. Hi, I'm Alice.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is our bus. So the mistake I made on our solar system is that we have two 36-volt panels on the roof. So that should add up to 72 volts. I got a 75-volt solar charge controller, which should be enough. But when I metered it, it turns out we were putting out 89 volts. So our panels are actually overperforming. So I had to buy a different solar controller that goes up to 100 volts. So this was an additional $130. This one was $109. So all I got to do is figure out where to fit this one in, and then they'll both be wired in. So this is all the batteries wired up using 2/0 welding cable. So this is always a scary moment. I'm going to turn on the inverter for the first time. But the light didn't turn on. Okay, so it might not have just turned on automatically, so it looks like there's an inverter on-off button. So we'll try that. Okay. Looks like that works. So I just need to get the 110-volt circuit tester to make sure I got the wires lined up correctly for that one. And that should work. Great. I got the new solar installed and I connected it in through the BLE, the Bluetooth on here, and got it all updated. So now I'm going to try turning it on and hopefully this will work. 80 volts. 3 amps, 205 watts. Excellent. So it's working and it's charging the batteries. This is great. So exciting. Oh, and nothing caught on fire. So I messed up the solar system again. I was monitoring the current that we were getting out of our solar panels, and it was only saying we were getting, I think, 200 watts out of them, and we should have 600 watts on the roof. I had set it up so that we were powering our entire living room off of the inverter and the solar and everything, and we were just running the batteries down to like 20%, and I couldn't figure it out, so ran all the checks and figured it out. Our old solar charger here the replacement one we had gotten, it was maxed out at 15 amps, which is 100% of its output. So we ordered a 50 amp model, which is $300. But on the good news, I plugged in the shore power charger for the batteries, and this was pushing 70 amps into the batteries to get them 100% fully charged. So that was a good test of the inverter charger as well. The next thing to work on today is getting the wire from the alternator to the DC to DC charger. But that involves drilling a hole through the floor because I forgot to run this wire when it was easy. So now I'm going to pay for that one. So this will be fun, but got to do it. I'm ready to drill the hole through everything. It's just over a foot thick, I think. So I borrowed this long drill bit from our son and lined up on the outside and looked underneath. And I know there's no wires that run through here. So I'm just going to drill it and hope for the best. That all went pretty well. I got all the wiring ran and connected together underneath the bus, and now I've got the wire here, so I just need to hook this up into the DC to DC charger. Okay, I've got everything wired up. I connected it into the battery. This is supposed to sense when the vehicle gets turned on. Okay, so I'll connect in and then start the vehicle and we'll see if it works. Dead battery. Okay, it's a new day. I got the vehicle battery charged up off of the house batteries, so that was fun. All I did was plug in the vehicle charger to the 110 output and just did it that way. So I'm going to try starting it up now and see if our DC to DC charger works to charge the batteries from the alternator. So it looks like it worked. So it says bulk charging, and it auto starts when the vehicle's on, so it doesn't do any reverse charging or anything. It's disconnected when the when the bus is not running. The new solar charger came in. It's the 50 amp model, so that's going to be going right here. That's the new one. Okay. Ready? Yay, 80 volts. There we go. Crossed 15. All right, that totally worked. Looks like we have solar working and we have plenty of capacity. I think I could even add another panel up there with this charger if we wanted to, but now most of the stuff is working. So really good day, finally got here. I also tested out the shore charging ability that we have and the inverter charger here. When we plugged it into our 15 amp house socket, 15 amp 110 volt, it was putting out 95 amps at 12 volt. And that was actually enough to heat up this main wire that was charging the batteries. And we actually have the ability to charge at 30 amps, so even more so. So going with the right size wires that the manufacturer recommends is really, really important. And the right size power connectors, because they're all designed to handle that level of current. To test out how much solar we've been using and to get a feel for how much we actually use in a day, I ran an extension cord and we're powering our entire living room off of it. So a couple computers, a projector, some fans and lights and that kind of stuff. But I ran the extension cord out the window of the bus and I was realizing that we're probably going to need an external power plug. So I'm going to put a power plug inside the old wheelchair battery box. That way we won't have to be running cords out windows or anything like that. We can also charge the electric bike from the outside and things like that as well. But that means I have to drill a new hole because I didn't exactly plan for this. So hopefully I can get a hole lined up in the right place. Okay, that should have the outside power done. Okay, I think I'm done for this week. Made really good progress on everything. Solar's working great. We're already at double the output that we were previously. We're back to powering our living room off of all solar, and that's working well so far. I got the backup camera working. I got the exterior floodlights working. I got the external power for the air pump working. Basically, everything is working, which is really, really nice. The next steps, I still have to get the backup camera mounted, the ham radio wired and mounted, and then some other miscellaneous stuff, and then building the shelves that are going to take up all of this section. Those are the next projects. But for now, we are done, and thank you for watching, and keep watching for more.